I want to ask, God created, I know God created just only one man.
Who was he?
For that, I don't know. For that, I don't know.
But you know that he was one man.
Yes.
How? From where you learned this, you should have also learned who he was. All right, please build your question.
Yeah.
Yes.
If God created one man,
If he did, yes.
maybe he may be a white man or a black man.
Yes, all right, yes. Very interesting, yes.
Yeah.
Or a Chinese as well, the yellow man.
Yeah. If it were to be a white man, where come from the black people?
Yes. So you have disproved your own case. That shows that God did not create just one man. He may have created many men from various sources. And this is what we tend to believe from the scientific evidence as well. Allah did not create just one single man. Allah created life after life in various tiers, in various forms, which is expressed by the term evolution. Through evolution, Allah raised the status of life from the lowest to the highest, to a degree where man was born as such. Homo sapien is the term used for this. And that evolution was taking place all over the world in various regions. So some branches were advanced over others. But we do not know for certain that only one branch of life which was just ripe for giving deliverance to man, gave deliverance to man, and other branches which were also simultaneously progressing in that direction, they failed to produce that fruit. We don't know. The possibilities are that many such branches began to bear fruit, and man was coming into being here and there in various places. Now the scientific research as to the old skeletons and the fossilized remains of man also tends us to believe that this is how it happened. There is an Neanderthal man, there is a Chinese man, and so many names are given to various men discovered from various places. And they are very old, more than 100,000 years old. One is about 250,000 years old. And they prove different origins. So man was created by Allah through a very scientific process. But not just one single man, and then the rest of the life was immediately put to a stop. The progress was being made, and ultimately man was born here and there in various forms and various shapes. And those men became ancestors of great people. So African man was also born of some great ancestor. Indian man, well, there is no one Indian man because it's a complex of various nations now occupying India. But let's say Chinese men, Chinese forefathers were also born of certain great people who were originally born by Allah, or created by Allah. And so the white people, and maybe the white people also are born of various ancestors. We don't know. Even the black people, as you call them, are born, maybe they are born of various ancestors. Because the pygmies of the Central Africa do not have the same features and the same constitution as the stalwarts, tall Hausa people, for instance, and other West African people. So maybe they are born of different people. Similarly, the Fijian men are a mixture of some African and some Indonesian blood. And there we find two ancestors produce a crossbreed. And also we find Australian men, Aborigines. They are positively known to have been established in Australia 40,000 years ago. And the known Adam to us, the Adam who was the first caliph, appeared only 6,000 years ago. So before Adam, at least we know positively one race occupied Australia 40,000 years ago. And that race still continues and is in existence. So men were born variously at various places, that we know, we have evidence of that. But the first caliph of Allah, known to us, is Adam, who is quoted in the Holy Quran. But still, we do not deny the possibility of other Adams having been created before. That is in the form of the caliphs of Allah. Maybe some other civilizations were born and came to an end, and maybe they also were shown some religion by Allah. Because Ahmad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in one of his traditions, as quoted by Ibn Arabi, has said that there were 100,000 Adams who appeared at various times. And this is what Ibn Arabi saw also in a vision. He met certain people who were born out of different Adam than the one from which Ibn Arabi was born. So this is the general, in the larger canvas, this is the picture we see.
Which means he created so many people at a time.
When you say at a time, even then your time scale is different from the time scale which I am referring to. When you say a time in the scale of evolution has a completely different character. For instance, it took millions of years for one particular species to rule the earth and ultimately develop into something beyond that. And until that new being came into creation, for millions of years, one single being ruled the earth. And then when a new life was born, better life out of that, then they were permitted to be destroyed by Allah, because then they were no longer important. So that period in which the new life was created, that period also, the creation of the new species, also covered maybe a few 100,000 years. So one time there means a few 100,000 years, not one instant as you consider that. So man also was born over a large period, very, very long period. In fact, it took man to be born maybe a few 100,000 years or a million years or even more. So when I say man was being born, by being created, I mean in that scale of time which I have just referred to. From the earliest species, the shaping of man and the creation of man might have taken a million years or so, or even more. And in that 1 million years, various Adams were being formed here and there. Right?
Thank you very much.
Good.